Yo, y'all, how's it going, horror fiends? Alright, so right now I want to do a review of a modern horror film that just came out on DVD and Blu-ray. And it turns out I'm a big fan of this movie. And I mean, I can't go into merits exactly why it's the best horror film of modern times. And I'm not going to say it's the best horror film of modern times, but it's the audacious, ambitious attitudes of the film itself that make it how I think it's a great film, aside from the way that each story is told. And with that said, I am saying that I'm a big fan, as a horror fan, I'm a big fan of anthology horror films. People who know anthologies are very aware of what Tales from the Crypt is, alright? So, you know, that is derivative of the original 50s EC comics of Tales from the Crypt, The Haunt of Fear, and The Vault of Horror. Alright? So, other films of this type of scheme is like Creepshow, Tales from the Dark Side, the movie, the kind of underrated 80s anthology horror film called Nightmares. These films are of that nature, and the film in question right now is a very modern anthology horror film called, here we go, VHS. Boom! VHS. Alright, so VHS is what it is, alright? It is pretty much a modern day horror anthology film, but told from the perspective of the found footage genre. Now, I'm not going to lie, I'm not a huge fan of the found footage genre, especially right now in 2012, because it's become such the Hollywood, a typical, like, yeah, let's make a found footage horror film, and it's going to be cool, it's going to sell to all the kiddies out there, you know. I don't give a shit about all that, but this film kind of is like, for all the modern mainstream top 40 found footage films out there, this, okay, and I consider it independent, but now it's pretty like well known. This film in VHS is kind of like the fuck you, the middle finger to all those Hollywood found footage horror films. Alright, and it's an anthology. I mean, you can't go wrong with that. There's a lot of things that can be told with each director that presents a good story that's only within 12-minute to 25-minute range that tells a good story from that range itself. Because some of these stories cannot be stretched out to, you know, mainstream film length quality of an hour and a half. Okay, let's be honest. But VHS, it offers, for me at least, it offers what I want and what I need. Alright? Now, let me be honest with you. Now, the first time I saw it, I saw it twice back in August when it came on Movies on Demand, alright? And now, the third and fourth time I saw it was, you know, since it's been on DVD this past week. The first time I saw it, it was, I didn't know what to expect, so I watched it, and it was kind of like a what the fuck, you know, kind of thing. The second time I saw it still had the what the fuck quality to it. But the third time, now between the second and third time I saw it, especially the third time, I completely understood everything. Like, I saw all... It's one of those movies where you go back and watch and you see how everything kind of leads out the way it's going to be and you understand it better. So, with that said, I'm going to say right now that if you've seen VHS only once and you're kind of like, what? The second time or the third time, whatever, you'll get it, you'll understand it better that time around better than you did the first time, because at the first time you don't know what to expect. Okay, with that said, VHS is an awesome movie. It's split up into several stories. The wraparound story, in the wraparound with anthology films, is the story in between the actual movie set pieces that ties everything together. In this case, it's about a group of adults, I guess you'd call them video vandals. They're taping all their, I mean, they're despicable people. Like, I hate them. In fact, there are times where I would want to, like, fast forward through the beginning because of the video vandals in the beginning that sets the whole movie in motion. I don't like these characters because they're horrible, horrible people. I mean, they, you know, wreck property, they wreck they bash cars with baseball bats and houses. They go into parking garages with girls and take them a whole, like, they take control of these girls and show, you know, and pretty much take advantage of them for a camera set for a video that they're recording. They take a, you know, it's very excruciatingly downbeat. Okay, that's all I can put it. It's very downbeat, these characters in the very beginning, setting up the movie in motion. But anyways, the plot is this. These group of guys that are video vandals, alright? So they like to record the exploits of robbing stores, running out of stores, from gas stations, stealing stuff, to, like I said, bashing up cars and houses, or, you know, pretty much almost to the point of raping women on camera. They are hired by a third party. They don't know who this is, but they're hired by this third party with money and all that. Promise for them. If they break into this guy's house to steal this VHS tape they find. But little do they know, when they break into this guy's house, the guy in that house, that owns the house, is dead in this chair from watching these VHS tapes. But also, there's plenty VHS tapes available. So there's not just one, there's like, I mean, a gazillion. There's like 60, 70, 80, I don't know, but there's a lot. So all the segments of this anthology horror film are split up by each VHS tape they put in, which is, I think, about 5. And I'm going to begin with all that, alright? Okay, so each movie within a movie in this film, each segment is directed by a new up-and-coming director in the horror genre that's pretty big, alright? So in the first case, which is referred to as Amateur Night, the first tape the video vandals put in, okay? Amateur Night is by the director of The Signal. Sorry, I was trying to think there. But The Signal, okay? He did a lot of segments of that. And that's a well-regarded, good horror film that's modern. Anyway, so this film, in reference to that, has a lot of male chauvinistic attitude in it. You know, there's a lot of TNA, a lot of guys just trying to, you know, chase tail and get a piece of tail or whatnot, if you get what I'm saying. Anyway, so the guys in Amateur Night, the first story, which is one of my favorites, personally, are their friend, they hook up, they find a pair of video glasses, pair of glasses are with a video camera inside it, okay? So you cannot detect a video camera within these glasses this guy's wearing. Okay, he's kind of like the dorky nerd, shy guy of the group. More of the, like I said, he's more passive of the group. These guys are planning on going out to the club that night, the clubs, the bars, pick up girls, go back to the hotel room, do some drinking, some coke, and fuck with this guy wearing this pair of glasses, record everything. Well, little do they know, when they go to the bar, they pick up this one girl. Well, the guy who's wearing the glasses picks up this one girl, who the whole time has this bug-eyed expression the entire time. And when I say bug eyes, man, you have no idea, but she's got some bug eyes. You see, some bug eyes. And she's all like, I like you. I like you. Anyway, she keeps telling him that she likes him. So they go back to the hotel room to record the indecency of everything, alright? That's the sex, the drug taking, the alcohol, and one girl that they brought back is passed out on the other bed, and then we got the girl I'm referring reference to, the bug-eyed, I like you, is sitting there on the bed. And the character that's really in the whole midst of this, now they got the glasses on, but this other friend who wants to really fuck her, he just wants to get a fuck on tape, is pretty much what it is. So he takes her clothes off and proceeds to do so. And little do they know, there's a twist to all this. She's not exactly what she seems. And there's so many red flags that the whole time when the guy with the glasses meets her, to the point where they go to the hotel room, there's so many red flags that this girl's not exactly what she is. Like, this girl is creepy. And not just because she likes, you know, because she goes out and meets guys at bars and she's creepy, but no, I mean, she has an element to her that's a little bit animalistic, a little bit creepy. And I won't go into the spoilers of this, but all I'll say is that their end night does not end up exactly how they expected, and it has a bit of a twist where she's a bit of what I'd consider if the female equivalent of the Jeeper Creep, the creeper from Jeeper Creepers, meets a sexual succubus meets a vampire. And that's all I'll say. But it's one of the best segments of the entire film, and that's the first segment called Amateur Night. The second segment, which is referred to as Second Honeymoon, is directed by Ty West, director of The Roost, and The House of the Devil, and The Innkeepers. Alright? A lot of fans were put off by this segment, not because it was too hardcore, but because they thought it lacked a lot. You know, I can see how they say it lacks a lot because the twist at the end kind of just comes up very abruptly. But I'll say this: this film, this segment, Second Honeymoon, is very well done. All right, I like it a lot. In fact, it's always repeated. It's not something I skip. It's pretty much about a guy and a wife and her husband. They're pretty young, in their 30s, and they're going on, obviously, their second honeymoon. They're going on a trip through Nevada and all that, the Grand Canyon, Las Vegas, all that. And on the way, every time they stop at a hotel, there is this girl, this weird girl, in a hoodie, who keeps knocking at the door, asking for a ride, and walks off. And while they're asleep, unbeknownst to them, this girl breaks into their hotel rooms each night and takes the video camera that they have to record the things she does, such as stealing the husband's money, taking his toothbrush and rubbing it in the toilet bowl, things like that. And each day there's like, whoa, this is weird. My money's missing, or this is happening, whatever. Until the twist at the end, which some people called abrupt, whatever. I liked it. I saw how it was for what it was, and I liked it a lot. It's a very brutal twist. I mean, it just kind of comes at you and hits you and knocks you in the fucking gut, I mean, come on, it's a horror film. You need that. You need that knock in the fucking gut sometimes. And it does that at the end, the twist. The third film is referred to as Tuesday the 17th, which is obviously in regards to Friday the 13th. A girl, and this is directed by a guy who I believe did the successful independent film called I Sell the Dead, which is a zombie film, and he did this segment, and it's in reference to a girl who brings her new batch of friends to a secluded lake wooded area, the woods with a lake, that she experienced trauma at before with a psycho killer murdering her friends off. So she brings these new friends there. The twist is, though, is this, and it's hard to understand this portion of the movie, this segment, but she can only view the killer through the lens of a VHS video camera or HD video camera tape, or of a camera. And she lures her friends there just to be fodder, to be bait, to bring the killer back out so she can try to attack him. I won't go into details on how that ends, but it's pretty nihilistic, as all the others. And it's a gory set piece. It's got a lot of TNA, but it's a fun segment because you get to re-experience the Friday the 13th era with that, And it's kind of cool. I mean, you can only see the killer camouflage through the wilderness, through the camcorder. It's pretty fucking cool. And she sets up booby traps and everything for this killer, but she brought her friends there only to kill them, have them killed off by this killer to bring him back out so she can capture him. And it doesn't, you just have to see for how it ends. The next story, I don't remember the name to the story, but it's about, and it's told through web chat. So it's a computer screen via computer screen with webcam, footage of the characters talking to each other. And it's this girl, I think her name's Emily, I'm not sure, who she talks to on video web chat with her guy friend, her boyfriend that she's known since high school. They're in college. They live apart from each other. And she believes her apartment is haunted because she's experiencing a lot of these weird things. But day after day she wakes up and there's lumps in her skin that she pokes at with a knife and her skin and stuff. And pretty much things are not what they seem. You begin thinking this is a supernatural haunted apartment story, but it's really not. It goes into more in-depth stuff with aliens. And that's all I'll say. But there's a twist to it involving what's going on with her, why she's waking up every morning with lumps under her skin, with objects in her skin and stuff, and why she's waking up every morning with like broken bones and stuff, and you'll see why. But the twist to it is pretty good punch, and this entry is really good, and it gives a lot of good supernatural type scares to it, jolts. All right. So the twist at that I won't get into, but it's pretty well done. I like it a lot, actually. And the guy who directed that was the star of the previous segment before that called Second Honeymoon. Actually, no, it was 2 previous installments. Second Honeymoon, the guy who gets killed in that is the director of that installment. The last installment of this film is called 10/31/98. So it's in reference to October or Halloween of 1998. And it's this group of, I guess, what you would consider college-aged frat boy types who get together in a car on a Halloween night to go to what they just expect to be a Halloween party at this house residence that they got the address for. Well, little do they know they got the wrong address and they show up to a house that's like a big mansion. I guess you'd kind of consider it a mansion. And little do they know that when they go in there, there's some supernatural things going on in there, but they think it's all a setup. And when they go up into the attic, what they think is a cult sacrificing a girl and them trying to save the girl turns out to actually be a group of people trying to save the girl from being possessed because she's possessed by the devil. And things do not end up in a good manner for these guys that try to save her because they think she's a girl being set up for a sacrifice. But she's not, you know. It's a good supernatural tale, and when I say everything goes balls to the wall, jerky at the end, it does. It goes balls to the wall, supernatural-wise. It's crazy. They're running through the house. The windows in the doors are closing up. Hands are coming out of the wall. Plates are flying everywhere. I mean, everything is fucking crazy. Okay? So that's the basis of VHS. It's pretty much a tale told by a group of video vandals going to a guy's house and still trying to find a VHS tape for this third party, but they don't know which VHS tape it is he wants, so they go through all these VHSs they find, and each VHS tape they pop into the VCR is the new story that you are introduced to. And it's so fucking badass and awesome. That's all I gotta say about it. It's a badass, ambitious, new take on the anthology horror film subgenre, but with found footage. And it's really cool. And the sequel is being made right now called SVHS, about to come out here in the next year, which I'm excited for. I love this film, and I understand people didn't really quite get this film, but if you watch it a second or third time, you'll quite catch on to all the clues and things that are given throughout the story, and you'll catch on to things. And I think you will like it better than then, you know, versus the first time you saw it when you didn't know what the fuck to expect. But the second or third viewing, you'll like it better. So just trust it from me, you know. And that's all I gotta say about it. VHS. It's just came out. It's on DVD and Blu-ray. I think it's out on Redbox, and I'm sure sometime down the road it'll be on Netflix. But it's a great, cool-ass take on the old school anthology horror series, but with a new school take with found footage. So check it out, VHS. All right, and I'm out. Peace.